she came home.
Carlyle's lost an empire. You fall hard enough, you tend to be reminded of what truly matters. So, the end of the line. You ready for this?
Are you? Who will you be, without a score to settle?
I guess the world's most wanted fugitive will have to do.
Alexa Carlyle is dead. According to the funeral invitation, that is. So naturally, it caused quite a stir when the late matriarch turned up at the breakfast table, alive and kicking. Carlyle, wisely sensing that her number is up, has emerged from exile to tie up loose ends and secure the Carlyle legacy. She may be a monster, but you have to admire her due diligence. Carlyle descends from an ancient line of warrior aristocrats. Her great-grandfather made a killing in the Second Opium War and established an empire in shipping, railroads, and newspaper publishing. While largely unknown to the public, the family still asserts its quiet dominance over global transport and logistics, media, and technology. Most senior of the partners, Alexa Carlyle, is cold as ice, tough as nails, and sharp as a razor. Incidentally, it was her late father who first brought the three families together after the end of World War II at this very house, meaning that this gentleman is the birthplace of Providence.
It began here, and it ends here. Talk about poetic.
One more thing. According to our intel, Carlyle keeps a case file on the Constant. Information that may be helpful in his recapture, so don't leave the estate without it.
Right. Happy hunting, 47. See you on the other side.
Thornbridge Manor. The Carlyle family's home for countless generations. The Revenant Alexa Carlyle and her 3 adult children, younger brother Zachary, grandson, and daughter-in-law, are all gathered to conduct Carlyle's sham funeral. Curiously, Carlyle summoned a famous London PI soon after arriving this morning, but his purpose at Thornbridge is yet unclear. Now, the target knows that you're coming, and her guard detail is top-notch. So Mr. Gray will secure their nearby field HQ and intercept all calls going in and out of the estate. Any appeal for backup is going to fall on very deaf ears. Good luck, gentlemen.
Und mit diesem spannenden Intro, was geht ab und willkommen zu einer neuen Folge Hitman 3 mit einer brandneuen Mission. Wow, das ist aber schön, ne? Ja, das denken jetzt viele. Wunderbar, ne? Ich habe auch lange genug bei der alten gebraucht, also kann ich jetzt hier auch mal eine neue starten. Ich glaube, das ist verkraftbar, würde ich mal behaupten.
That is Phineas Whitmer, the famous private investigator, hired by Madame Carlyle this morning. I'm curious why he's here. Maybe you should do some detecting yourself, 47.
Ja, kann ich ja mal machen, ne? Oder? Oh. Passing. Scheiße, Mann. Den kann ich hier nicht anmachen. Ah, die sehen das. Kann ich hier durch? Den Matsch. Das geht. Ah, wir müssen irgendwie so eine alte Oma umbringen. Keine Ahnung wieso, aber hey. Ich sage, uns hält nichts auf. Auch keine Oma. Wir haben nämlich kein Gewissen. Sind gewissenlos. Wir töten alles, was uns im Weg kommt. Herrlich. Ja, macht er jetzt auch mal was? Großgeh. Mein Gott, ey. Okay. Aber was für eine geile Location, oder? Also es sieht sehr düster aus, aber es ist fucking geil. Sieht wirklich scheiße geil aus.
I'm so relieved you're here. Everything's just so strange. Preparing for Madame's funeral and then she turns up alive. But then the awful business with her brother Zachary.
Yeah.
And all this security. I've never seen the place guarded like this and I dare say I don't like it at all.
Oh, by the way, I told Kate about those texts. What did she say?
Well, I thought she'd be mad at me, but she just thanked me. Said she understood the position I was in. We had a really good talk about it, actually.
Oh, what did I tell you? She's a sensible woman. And that stuff from your ex was like manipulation 101.
Also ich weiß nicht, wie man sich hier so vorbeischleichen kann. Das heißt,
I guess I thought she was gonna read into them and freak out.
ist ja jemand drin? Ne, sieht so aus. Dann gehen wir mal durch hier. Wir sind drin. Ja, ich hab Angst. Nicht Angst. Lauf mal rein. Mhm. Hey. Weiß nicht, ich würde sagen, ich verfolge den jetzt erstmal eine Zeit lang, bis wir genau was hier wissen. Oh Gott, noch jemand? Gott, der geht hier lang. Ah, man, what do you? Ist das doch egal, ob ich hier bin, oder? Oh. Das ist dein Plan, ne? Ah, die kommt jetzt nicht hier lang, oder? Okay. So, ich soll den umbringen, also warte mal. Machen wir gediegen mit dem Ziegelstein. So macht man das nämlich. Mann. So, hier, bam. Das hört man gar nicht, ne? Oh. Mach weg. Den Ziegelsteinrest ist... Ach, das sieht man doch schon nicht. Hallo.
Mr. Whitmer, thank you
Ja,
for
ja,
coming on
genau.
such short notice.
Da bin ich.
A great tragedy has fallen upon us, and I need a quick resolution, handled with absolute discretion.
Results and discretion are my speciality.
Very
Ja,
well.
Mann.
I suppose you will want to start at the crime scene.
In my experience, a thorough examination of a potential crime scene is half the job done.
Good. Fernsby will take over from here.
Ne, die ganzen
I
Leute
am
sind
Mr.
ja so
Fernsby,
dumm und...
butler. Madam Carlyle has asked me to assist you in any way possible.
Looking good today, sir.
Mr. Whitmer, I understand that you've traveled from London. Would you care for some refreshments? Or do you prefer to go straight to Mr. Zachary's sleeping quarters?
Mann.
I prefer to get
Da haben wir noch
started.
keine
As you
Scheiße, Inge.
wish. If you'll follow
Butler.
me, sir.
Ich will mich lieber hin. Alfred.
Sup?
Wie heißt nochmal so Butler? Alfred, würde ich behaupten, oder?
I feel obliged to point out that current affairs surrounding Madame Carlyle are of a delicate nature. You may be familiar with the recent announcement of her death. You will probably learn that a
Jedoch.
staged funeral is scheduled to take place tomorrow. Madame's children were not informed until this morning that their mother was in fact not dead at all. So please bear with them if they seem
Ja, Mann.
affected by the rather unusual situation.
Alfred, komm
I
mal schneller,
trust
ihr
I do
Kollege.
not need to remind you
Du bist ganz schön
that
langsam,
there
auch wenn
will
du
be
vielleicht alt bist.
consequences
Ich geb dir
if
keine
word
Ausrede,
gets out
sag ich
that
ehrlich.
Madame Carlyle is still alive.
I'll consider her dead when I leave.
Ja, Mann. Hallo,
Before
Mr.
you
Fernsby.
inspect the crime scene, I will tell you this. The case concerns the death of Mr. Zachary, Madame Carlyle's younger brother.
Weißt du, Mann.
He was found dead in his bed this morning.
Kacke.
The door was locked from the inside, and a suicide letter was found in his room.
Aha.
However, Madame Carlyle suspects foul play and will not accept that he took his own life. I've prepared some information for you, so please do come and see me when you've finished your investigation of the crime scene. This is Mr. Zachary's room, to my right.
Ja. Willst
A
du mir jetzt
locked
sagen...
room murder mystery, 47. I trust you'll get to the bottom of this.
What the fuck
Why
ist das
don't
für
you
ein
use your
Zimmer?
camera to scan the dead body,
Oh.
47?
Ja, wie sollte sie selbst umgebracht haben? Kann mir das mal bitte jemand sagen? Also ich find's dumm, dass das einfach nicht geglaubt wird, aber... Boah, was ist mit dem los? Fotos von Leichen.
Throat markings indicate a rare, short-lived plant poison killed him. Spread shows time of death at around 10 o'clock last night.
You do know your poisons, 47.
Ja, klar kenn ich mich. Gift aus. Gift da nicht. Mehr als genug drauf. Achso.
Zachary's suicide note. Also, a sample of handwriting. It could be relevant to compare to other samples to establish its authenticity.
Hier.
Zachary was shopping for new Wellingtons last night.
Alter.
Not exactly what you would expect from someone suicidal.
Ah, vielleicht denkt er sich so. Oh, so ein paar. Was ist er denn? Ein paar geile Schuhe noch, warum nicht? Oder? Ah, egal. Das weiß ich schon. Das hier. So. Okay, übelst der Geheimweg jetzt, oder? Ah.
A
Geil.
hidden door.
It's a secret passage. This could explain how
Das
the
war ja
door
nicht
was
erwarten.
locked from the inside.
Piep. Piep? Heißt es nicht Peak? Ach, keine Ahnung. Ich bin hier nicht der Englischprofi. Aber man kann von hier gucken. Oh, ein Floorplan.
A photocopy of the floor plans.
Oh.
Somebody's been researching the secret ins and outs of Thornbridge Manor. I believe you've done a thorough search of the crime scene, 47. Maybe it's time to see the butler. I'm curious about the information he's prepared for you.
Ah, okay, nice. Ja, Butler, Alfred, komm mal wieder hier. Ich brauche Infos. Ich weiß nicht, wo ich hier runterkomme im Haus. Hier? Ah, hier. Hallo. Alfred. Alfred.
Mr. Fernsby, I'm done with the crime scene.
Did you establish a time of death?
Zachary died around 10 o'clock last night.
Well, that means the staff were off duty. And Madame Carlyle and her security didn't arrive until this morning. That leaves Madame's family and myself as the only persons here when he died. And before you ask, no, I do not have an alibi. I was alone in my office at the time of death. Here's the material that I prepared for you. It's a list of the possible suspects and their quarters.
Ich glaube, Alfred war's.
Hopefully that will help you keep track of your findings. Please come and see me when you've solved the case, and I will take you to Madame Carlyle.
Das ist der Intel-Menü.
This is very useful information, 47.
Jetzt mal ist mir egal.
So how does one solve a murder mystery, 47? Motive, means, and opportunity, I believe. May I suggest you ask the suspects for alibis? Or perhaps do you prefer searching the manor for clues first?
Achso. Jetzt die Leute hier befragen, oder was? Ich befrag mal. Hallo, du da?
Patrick
Very
Carlyle,
well, Mr. Fernsby.
can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
I don't need one more
Shit, it's that sneaky butler, isn't it? He ratted me out.
Don't worry about
Elaine, give us some privacy, would you?
Hat er das jetzt, oder was?
Don't tell Mother, okay? She's really tense these days, and the last thing I need is more hassle. I took that pretty blonde, Rosie, for an evening stroll. I mean, how the fuck am I expected to cope for an entire weekend in this shithole? I'm bored out of my mind. If that's
Mann,
all, I
wär
think
ich
I'll
auch
get back to
übelst.
my slow death by boredom.
What did you think of Zachary?
Ja, ich auch. komplett.
Creepy as hell. No ambition. Imagine deciding to live in a museum. You know, Father says Zachary and Alexa used to be two of a kind. He had a great future ahead of him. Then suddenly, he just gave up everything. What an idiot.
Ja.
Thank God Daddy chose looks and brains over pedigree when he married Mummy. I don't have to worry about the inbreeding so customary in these circles. So, is that it?
Ja. Sagen wir mal. Den Hammer, der sieht sehr verdächtig aus. Ah, okay, der hat nur irgendeine Blonde weggeknallt. Das hat gar nichts so bedeutet.
Patrick talking to Madame Carlyle's daughter.
Rebecca? Yes. She's insistent, that one.
Okay.
She kept asking all kinds of
Das
questions.
gleichzeitig machen?
Who
Meinen
had
Sie,
the
das
other
ist
one?
wahr?
Well, I gave it to her, that's all.
Ja, okay, ich lass es.
Stay away from me.
Ja, halt's mal.
Rebecca?
Wer schreit denn hier? Was machen die denn? Okay. Wir gucken mal oben nochmal hier. Hallo, sind hier Verdächtige? Wollt ihr mit mir reden vielleicht? Nee, schade. Hier vielleicht.
Fine, woman. I should get back to...
Pin in it, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Sorry.
Was macht ihr da? Aha. Ja. Was ist das hier?
All giddy. It's like year 10 all over again, just without the awkward slow dancing.
Also wenn ich einen von denen umbringe, ist der andere dann am Boden zerstört. Ja, eigentlich wird sich auszutesten. Na, nee, lass mal. Ja, sind ja kein Monster, ne? Boah, es geht noch höher. Das ist crazy, boah. Hallo.
I'm really sorry. Sir,
Oh,
you
ja,
can't
okay.
be here. That's
Sorry.
it. One foot in front of the other and goodbye.
Ich weiß zwar nicht,
forever.
warum ich da nicht hoch darf, aber dann will er, okay. Und halt nicht. Du Wichser.
Greetings, sir.
Junge. Sind die alle unten oder was? Ich krieg's grad nicht. Search Location of Interest. Ja, okay. Muss ich nochmal Alfred hier fragen eigentlich? Ah, oder? Good investigation.
Just remembered I went for a stroll behind the greenhouse last night. Maybe that's where it is.
What is?
My lost button. The one you couldn't find at the graveyard. Wouldn't it be a good idea if you...
Did you
know,
see
I told
anything
Patrick
suspicious last
I'm
night?
not
That's
interested
right.
in someone who bosses
I
you
reckon
around
Zachary
like
tops
that.
himself.
I'm fine.
I know I would have.
It's all part of the job.
Or perhaps Mr. Fernsby. I don't like him. He could have done it.
Ja, ne, finde ich auch actually. Da bin ich actually das erste Mal mit einer Meinung mit dem Jungen.
My lost button. The one you couldn't find at the
Also-
graveyard.
Dass Alfred das gemacht hat. Gar nicht so unwahrscheinlich, ich wüsste zwar nicht warum, aber. Keine Ahnung, ist immer der Butler, oder? Würde ich jetzt mal so behaupten. So, genau, die hier noch. Kann man noch bestimmt noch anfangen, oder? Die sieht so aus, ja.
Emmer Carlisle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Surely I'm not a suspect.
I need to account for everyone.
Well, I spent the evening with my family, but I got an awful migraine and had to take to bed.
That's
Everyone
gelogen.
can attest to that. I believe I went up when the boys sat down for a drink around 8 o'clock. Is that all?
Als Alkies.
How did you feel about Zachary?
I might as well be honest. His presence was always awkward. But how do you have a meaningful conversation with a man who only cares about plants? In my opinion, Alexa bears some responsibility for how this ended. She supported his self-limiting behavior by letting him live here. Anything else you want to know?
Ja.
Have you noticed anything else out of the ordinary?
Nothing special comes to mind. Except, perhaps, I did get a feeling that Zachary was depressed, not just sad.
Ah, das ist gelogen.
I suppose he realized that he had no one with Alexa gone. Even Alexa must feel the pangs of guilt over that one, letting him believe she was dead. Then again, guilt isn't her strong suit.
Aha. Ich weiß nicht warum, aber ich habe das Gefühl, das waren irgendwie alle. Das ist jetzt so eine Vermutung von mir. Hallo, wer sind Sie denn?
Gregory Carlisle, can you tell me where you were yesterday evening?
Oh, you're wondering about my alibi, Mr. Detective. Well, I left Thornbridge around 8:30
yeah,
for a
hello.
pint with Edward. I wish I hadn't. Quiz night at the inn. On the other hand, staying here with Zachary, my obnoxious sister, and the wife sporting another one of her headaches would have been a fate worse than death. The short of it, Zachary was very much alive when we left. I stayed for the last shout, and I was back here just before midnight. Anything else you want to pry from my
Ja.
intricate intellect?
Jetzt mal.
Tell me about
Bitte, danke.
Zachary.
Zach? Huh. Such a sad old sod. A bit
Yeah.
heavy on the bottle. But who could blame him?
Okay.
Only company he had was his rare plants and mother, who travels more than she stays here. Honestly, I can't say which is the bigger ball. He's better off dead. Is that all?
Noch nicht
Not
ganz,
very
Mann.
Anything else you'd like to tell me?
Nothing really. I'm just enjoying the show. Our perfect mother obviously fucked up, didn't she? Faking her own death. You know, she's explained nothing to us. I think she's scared to own up to her own mistake.
Ja. Fuck me. Weiß nicht wieso. Ich habe das Gefühl, das juckt irgendwie keinen. Weswegen irgendwie das wirklich das Gefühl habe, dass einfach jeder das war und die geteamt haben einfach und dann richtig hart. Oh, das ist echt.
Professor Edward Carlisle, can you tell me your
Ist so
whereabouts for
traurig.
last night?
Oh, yes, this dreadful business with Zachary.
I stay at the local inn. You see, I prefer not to spend the night here at Thornbridge Manor. My brother Gregory came along for a nightcap. He'll never admit it, but I think he understands that I find this whole thing upsetting and wanted to provide some comfort.
No.
I believe we went to the Stag's Head around 8:30. If that's all, I have a speech to write.
Can you tell me about Zachary's behavior last night?
I certainly didn't expect him to commit suicide. Sure, he was upset by Mother's supposed death. We were. But he seemed more engaged than usual. You should ask Rebecca. They had a long talk.
Rebecca noch.
Did you know that he hadn't left Thornbridge Manor in nearly 50 years? His plants, Mother, and the staff were all the company he had. Anything else?
Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary?
You mean apart from the fact that we came here to bury our mother and she shows up alive and kicking? Zachary found dead in his bed this morning? Or perhaps that the planned funeral is still taking place and I have to do the eulogy? And Mother will surely have a strong opinion on it afterwards. I can't breathe. Excuse me.
Ich sag ehrlich, das macht den jetzt auch wiederum ein bisschen vergiften können. What the fuck, man? Was ist das? Egal, ich hinterfrag's nicht. Digga, Dale war der Einzige, den das irgendwie ein bisschen gejuckt hat, aber das macht ihn. Der war so übertrieben, der das war ein erwachsener Mann, Alter. Heul doch nicht rum, Junge. Würde der auch never ever machen. Komisch, Digga, ich sag ehrlich, ich glaube, es waren wirklich einfach alle.
Such a gentleman. He gave me his coat and all.
Rosie, you need to forget about Patrick. No good's gonna come of it. Stick to your own kind.
You mean like Chris? He treated me like shit. All he wanted to do was play his stupid video games, never any romance. I deserve romance.
Did all the groceries arrive?
Da dann.
I heard some of the delivery people were unhappy with the
Gott, Digga,
security
jetzt
at
hast
the
du
gate.
noch keine Packung auf
Why
die
safe with
Digga.
Ethel? She never misses a step.
Bügeleisen, warum nicht,
Gossiping
ne?
and work both.
Rosie,
hast du zu
tell me
sagen?
what you did last night.
I'm in trouble, aren't I?
Oh, sie.
I spent the evening with Patrick.
Ja, das weiß ich.
We met after dinner and I went home at 1 in the morning. He said he needed someone real to talk to. When he looks at you, it makes you feel like the center of the universe. Like a real princess.
But now he just ignores her.
Well, he's under a lot of
Mich
pressure.
verarschen, Digga, ich
He's an
red grad mit der.
idiot.
Verpiss dich. Oh,
Get away from me, you creep.
halt's Maul. Oh, jetzt setz dich wieder hin. Ich will wieder weiter mit dem reden. Nein, Mann. Ey, die sind doch dumm, oder? Hallo.
He's an idiot. That's what he is.
Ey, das ist die der weggeht. Da ist so eine scheiß Mitarbeiterin weggeflankt.
That is the door to Mr. Fernsby's office.
Rover, ey. Digga, what the fuck, man? Das ist so random alles, wirklich. Ist so ein Schwert auf dem Rücken, geil, Mann. Soll ich den immer mal haben? Keine Ahnung, ich rüste das scheiß Küchenmesser aus, oder? So. Hey, kann ich das bitte wegpacken? Ich will das nicht haben. Hallo? Ja, pack, keine Ahnung. Okay, es juckt jemand. Okay. Hallo, was ist hier? Hier ist auch... Ich habe mich bis jetzt noch nicht... Ah, hier war ich doch am Anfang. Hab ich immer noch nicht, überhaupt noch nicht Brecht gefunden hier, ne? Soll ich auch gerne... So, kann ich jetzt eigentlich mal mit dir weiterreden? So, ja, danke.
Did you notice anything out of the ordinary? Any strangers outside the house?
No, we saw no one outside. Except Patrick's mother, Emma. We were sitting on the bench behind the greenhouse talking when she came out and we had to hide. You won't tell her about me and Patrick, will you? She'd insist Madame Carlyle fire me. I'm sure of it.
Too right she will. She's always going on about how things will change once she's in charge of Thornbridge Manor.
Kann ich jetzt wieder mit dir weiterreden? Hallo, bitte. Alles, was du willst? Mann, Digga, diese Pack...
So 41 guests will attend the funeral tomorrow. There's still a lot to see to, but we're in good time, I think.
I guess, das war's ja.
Zachary found dead upstairs today. Death is everywhere. I never thought of it that way. Oh, God.
Irgendwo... Oh, achso, ne, das kann ich vergiften, okay. Irgendwo Gift. Overflow. Ja, Mann. Ne, da kann ich mich nur drin verstecken. Ja, what the fuck, ein
I shouldn't gossip. But that Emma woman is a tad too busy for my taste.
What is it?
She
Bin ich
scolded
kaputt, oder?
Mary.
War ich nicht. War ich nicht. Gott. Wann geht denn das sofort los, Alter? Moin. Zack. Hier nützlich an, ne? Würde ich mal so behaupten. Oh, what? Break glass? Kann das... Geht das nicht so normal öffnen vielleicht? Naja, habe ich halt Pech. Ja, kann ich jetzt endlich wieder mit Alfredo reden? Ne, wohl gar nicht. Und Putzding hier. Das Blenden. Das check ich auch jetzt, was Blenden heißt. Nein, das redet, Digga.
So, how long have you been working here?
About a month now.
You're American.
Alfred, wo bist du? Ja, Alfred ist weg. Ach, hier ist Alfred. Hallo, Alfred. Wollen wir wieder sprechen?
Mr. Fernsby?
Mr. Whitmer, you have enough evidence to present your case for Madame Carlyle?
No, not yet.
Come and see me when you do.
Willst du mich verarschen? Es gibt ja doch keinen mehr, der reden möchte. Gelogen. Da muss ich mit der Hauptperson selbst noch sprechen. Würde natürlich Sinn machen, wie hier.
Just keep calm.
Ich weiß. Ja, mit der kann ich sogar reden.
Madame Carlyle.
So.
Mr. Whitmer, you found proof of what happened to my brother?
No, not yet.
Go and see Fernsby when you do.
Oh Mann, die sind ja alle so nervig. Gott, ey. Okay, so, wer bist du? Wer ist nicht so geil.
Aaron Ford Jr. calling
Oh ne, das ist... Ne, den will ich gar nicht fragen. Hilfe! Okay, das hätte mich fast genommen hier. Alter. Muss ich noch hier so einen Bodyguard fragen oder so? Mann! Ich weiß nicht, was ich tun soll. Die machen hier schon wieder rum, Alter. Was ist denn los mit denen hier? Wo gibt's denn hier noch? Newspaper juckt mich doch nicht. Okay, das sind so random ass Leute.
We need everything ready for tomorrow.
He's just bored.
Mann, ich weiß nicht, wo ich noch hin soll.
Just leave it at talk.
Bitte, Jungs.
Mr. Patrick is not acquainted.
Wer ist da? Wer bist du? Ah, neue Person. Ja.
Rebecca Carlyle.
Ah, du bist Rebecca.
Can you tell me about yesterday evening?
We don't really see much of each other, my brothers and I. I suppose it takes our mother's funeral to bring us together, and even then, it's not like we sit on each other's laps. Now, let's see. Patrick, Gregory's son, disappeared straight after dinner. You know, I think he might be in some sort of trouble. Edward wanted to go as well, but Gregory convinced him to stay for a few drinks before they went off for a pint at the local at 9:15. I swear Gregory enjoys Edward's discomfort over staying here. I had a conference call with my New York office at 9, so I spent 3 hours on my laptop in my room and went straight to bed afterwards. I don't know about Emma. She did act a bit strange. You know, I bet she was making lists for changes needing to be done once she gets her hands on Thornbridge Manor.
Yeah.
Quite the shock she had when Mother arrived during breakfast. Is that everything, Mr. Whitmer?
No.
I do have a lot.
Tell me about Zachary. Did he act strange last night?
You know, now you mention it, he was a lot more chatty than usual. He wanted to know about my connections in the publishing business. Apparently, a friend of his is writing a book, which strikes me as very peculiar. I didn't think he had any friends.
Hey, die Dame.
Anything else you feel like mentioning?
I may be wrong, but I saw Mr. Fernsby, the butler, leave Zachary's room early this afternoon. And he seemed a bit startled when he saw me in the hallway. It's probably nothing. Oh, and one more thing. Please be kind to Edward. He can only take so much. Is there anything else you want to ask me?
Nee, das war's, Lady. Dankeschön. Ich mir alles nicht weiter, oder? Ernst. Dann muss ich noch jemanden befragen? Na, oder? Ja. Oh, Junge. Das ist jetzt halt Probleme. Aber bin ich eigentlich ein Auftragskiller oder ein scheiß Detective? Weil es kommt mir vor, als wäre ich eher der Detective, Mann. Also klar, muss ich auch machen, aber... I mean... schon krass bin ich, sag ich mal ehrlich. Habe ich, den habe ich. Ja, kann ich mit dir sprechen, Bro?
Hello, sir.
Du siehst nicht aus, als kann ich mit dir sprechen. Geh weg. Ja, bist du? Du siehst auch nicht aus, als kann ich mit dir sprechen. Mit dir habe ich schon gesprochen.
Yes.
Ah, die sind alle so arschiger. Dieser komischen Rosie habe ich gerade auch schon gesprochen. Patrick habe ich auch gesprochen. Auch schon mit allen gesprochen, oder? Alter, ist das für ein Umkleideraum? Ja. Die habe ich aber alles gesprochen, oder? Ja.
I can't deal with all this pretend funeral stuff just now. I know I have to, but Amy thinks she might be pregnant. I'm gonna be a dad.
Aber wie soll ich hier eigentlich reinkommen? Sag mir das mal bitte. Hier ist da niemand drin, aber... Die Crowbar Lock. Hab ich alles nicht. Ja. Soll ich nochmal mit Alfredo reden? Eine Runde. Hilft das? Frage. Da bist du, Alfredo.
Mr. Fernsby?
Mr. Whitmire,
Hello,
you have
sir.
enough evidence to present your case for Madame Carlyle?
No, not yet.
Come and see me when you do.
Kleiner Wichser. Wer ist das da? Warte, da sehe ich noch jemanden. Komm her.
That is the door to Rebecca's room.
Ja, den will ich. Was hier? Okay, cool. Das ist nicht komplett egal, Digga.
Please stay back.
I received the vote token. Did I understand?
Ja, ich blick's
Exactly.
nicht.
She holds the other one.
Mit dir reden,
I
du.
want her to have the file on Arthur Edwards if I die.
You're not fearful she will be in trouble if she knows.
She will start digging when she realizes things don't add up. Inevitably getting her in trouble.
Nee, du hast, glaube ich. Du sprichst nur wieder mit der Ollen. Naja. Mit den 2 Turteltäubchen, aber wiederum würde ich sagen, beenden wir diese Folge. Ist das nicht Rosie? Nicht Rose? Naja, egal. Darum soll ich Patrick kümmern. Wie auch immer. Hiermit würde ich sagen, beenden wir diese Folge. Aber es hat euch gefallen. Lasst auf jeden Fall ein Like und ein Abo da. Und haut rein, Leute. Und...